it was Halloween stuff.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Turns out that stuff's really useful when you do improv.
Yeah,
you can do a lot of really
yeah.
cool shit with it. And I have a ton of it because I would just keep adding to the little collection of someday this might be useful. Not having any idea what I might be doing with it.
Oh my god, that's so great.
It's an entire room of my house is this might be useful someday.
Alright guys, listen, I have this idea. You're going to produce a show.
Yes.
And then we're going to do it.
Yes.
And we're going to use all of the props that we all own.
I was pitching this to some of the New Movement. Now they have like a You Come Pitch Your Show idea.
Oh yeah, what's it called? The Whip?
I don't know.
Am I making that up?
Work in progress. Yeah, that's right.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good.
And so mine was I build a giant machine. It's regular old improv, except you come over and every scene you pull a handle, a prop falls out, and that you have to use it in the scene. And it's just me bringing in props. That's all it is. Just fill up a machine and you pull the handle and whatever comes out, comes out.
I like that it's a functional machine as opposed to you just handing it to somebody.
That's what I was thinking too. Can't you just hire an intern to stand in the back and pass something?
I will probably be in the machine just dropping a prop down.
Okay. All right. Because I'm thinking the other thing could cost some money, and you probably don't want to.
I don't want to spend money doing that.
I was like, come on, you have he literally has this machine made in his garage right now.
And you do machining, right? So
back in the day, I did machining.
I've got a mill. We can make some stuff. It's a real small one, but we can get it going.
All right. That sounds really fun. I would like that.
Wow.
Yeah, we're going to build a machine.
I was like, listen, we're going to kick your brother out. We're going to clean up the whole house, and we're going to put all of our props in your house.
He's moving out.
Great.
In fact, the way I found out he's moving out, he rented a U-Haul and then hit my house.
I'm sorry?
Hit your house?
He was backing out, and the top of the U-Haul just scraped along the top of my house. It's real good. James, fix it.
He's going to hear this in 2 months.
I was on vacation, and he texted me, and he said, hey, just so you know, I banged up some of your house. The wood looks just scraped, not real bad, but the metal rain drip is done, and maybe some of the shingling. And it's like, cool. I'm going to go enjoy Busch Gardens now.
Your house.
My house.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm imagining your house, and I'm thinking, how could you hit it with a U-Haul?
The driveways, they're 6 inches.
I know,
and that's it.
but it's just not
it's that
that
overhang.
crazy.
It's the overhang of a foot. He didn't think about it. 14 feet tall truck. You don't think about it.
I guess so.
Did he tell you he was moving out?
No.
He just exited the building with his stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, he told me he may be in a couple of months because there's a thing. But yeah, it was kind of hey, I just need a place for now. And I was like, cool, put your stuff there. And then it was, I'm taking my stuff. So.
When I was in my 20s, I moved out of 3 or 4 different apartments in the dark of night without telling anyone. Like, I'd tell one roommate, make sure it was cool, not that much of a dick move. Then I'd write, a note on the fridge. In my early 20s, I had a lot of apartments where it was I'm one of 17 roommates.
Oh.
Yeah, I had I lived in a weird... It wasn't a commune because we all had separate rooms and it wasn't weird, but it was
it was actually the Communist Party headquarters. It was just.
Hey, listen, man. I bet you the guy who probably still lives there right now who owned it would probably be yeah, it is the Communist Party. But no, he ran a theater company and he ran it out of his house because it was a warehouse.
That's a cult.
It really wasn't.
Yeah, that's a cult.
It was a cult.
But the rest of us all just lived in different rooms. We didn't do the theater with him. He had his own theater company. He did his own thing. We all had other jobs.
Little did you know, living in the house was the theater. That's what it was.
It was on camera the entire time.
Well, I mean, my room was a fishbowl. My room was...
What? How have we never heard this before?
The room that I lived in was had a big glass wall. So when you walked into the living room, you turned left, and it was just a big glass wall with a glass door, and that was my room right there. You could see through the glass. Now, when I moved in, I was moving in to do theater, and I had a friend who also lived there who was doing theater, and we hung black curtain in front of it.
Yeah. All right, okay.
But before before she told me, oh, I got this for you, I was this is my room right here. And she was like, yes, but it's very affordable. And for the time and the location, it really was. That being said, also, I didn't have curtains on my windows, and they pointed out to the BQE that was packed every morning for morning traffic, and so I would just change in front of people. Like, and I was like, this is a party for you. How you doing? Like, I couldn't do it. They just turned and were like, oh.
Do you think this goes back to the man who lived on your street in the woods kind of thing for you, where you were just recreating this, I'm here in public and I'm fully visible and this is my life? Do you think that? No, maybe not. Okay, I was just asking. I feel like a therapist in that moment.
You never
Dr.
know.
Katz
I mean,
here.
I am a performer in everything. Like I started this podcast essentially to tell everyone every thought I have in my head, right? So it's like, I'm assuming anyone gives a shit about anything I ever say.
We have at least 5 listeners, Amy.
Ooh.
Actually, we're doing really quite well, as a matter of fact. Our listenership is pretty high right now. We're
Never
doing
looked
good.
at the stats.
Are they all stoned? What are we saying here?
Here's
How high are
hoping.
they?
I don't know.
All right, okay.
If
Not
they
by
can
the
make
end
it
of it.
through.
The silver up at the end. It's...
Yeah. I was like, that being said, we've run quite a while. I've had a great time talking to you.
I have had a wonderful time,
You're
too.
such, I mean, what a great storyteller.
Thank you.
I thank you so much for sharing so much of your life with us, and being with us and chatting. We've been trying to meet everybody. And in fact, later, if there's other of your friends that were part of this project or other things, we'd love to talk to everybody that you know. Because I've been mining every person that I know in Austin, and I've actually gone out to friends who have come out in from other cities to do workshops and contacted them to interview them, and then said, can you also give me 5 names of your friends?
So it is the Communist Party, really.
No,
It really is.
Okay, I want people to know the story so they can tell me if you're lying or not.
Oh, yes.
How it really happened.
Yes, that's fair. so you want my wife, my sister? Okay, got it. I'll get them first.
Bring them in.
But I feel kind of crappy right now because I didn't mention in our prime, I don't think, in Ryan and Gloria, who I love to perform with.
Yeah, no, mention whatever you'd like to plug right now. That being said, we're like 2 or 3 months backlog.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, I was going to say, so if there's a show happening next weekend...
No.
You audience already saw it.
No,
is what
no,
you
no,
did.
no.
You went, you had a great time.
We have a monthly show in San Antonio.
Good,
at
good.
Alamo City at the Blind Tiger there, and we love it. Every first Saturday, like at 8:20, we headline the show there, and we have a blast. And it's in our prime, and so it's grounded. Not a lot of talking space cats, right? There's no
Right.
We keep it to human drama because we're all we're a little older.
Those like humans?
I'm trying not.
That's
I'm
what
not
exactly
to.
my
I'm
thoughts
trying
are.
not to call my troop mates old. It's just not. I'm failing horribly. But they're not.
Experienced in life.
Yes, they're life experienced.
Yeah.
Right. They're married. They have
They're
kids.
vintage humans?
They are vintage humans.
It's wrong.
I'm a dead man.
It's
I'm a
alright.
dead
That
man
was
right
me.
now.
I did
I'm
that. That was
trying
me.
so hard.
I'm so sorry, everyone.
We're not editing this.
I am old as well. Oh, God! Damn it!
I do love my friends who perform with me. We get to do that show. I just did a show last night. Hopefully we'll get on some other stages because it's insane. You guys know The Actor's Nightmare? Actor comes in, he's on book, or he's off book.
Oh, yeah,
he's
yeah.
fully on script, knows every line.
Right.
He's going to play his character all the way through. He or she's going to just kill it. Nobody else knows their lines because they're all improvisers, and this is not the play, right? I did that once to kind of prove a point because an actor told me, Allison Asher, she said, if you know the character well enough, the lines are obvious. Like the next line is just obvious. And I didn't believe it. So I did this Actor's Nightmare format. I didn't know it was a format. I'd never heard of it. Turns out it was. But we did it, and at some point in the middle of the show, we said the next obvious line. Like somebody had taken on that character and said the next obvious line, and we were just like, holy crap, she wasn't making this crap up. So I put it aside, never thought about it again. Other people are doing it elsewhere. I know they do it at UCB. I said, what would make this format harder? How do you really screw up this format? So I said, what if you took one scripted actor from one play, and you took another scripted actor from another play, and then you had maybe 3 or 4 improvisers helping them, and then what if you scored that with live music at the same time? So we did that last night at the Hideout, And I gotta tell you, at one point, all the improvisers stepped away because we had built a foundation well enough that the two scripted actors were sharing lines. One from Much Ado About Nothing playing Beatrice, Kate Caldwell, and Robert Slack was playing the Elephant Man. And they were exchanging lines on stage, and my mouth on the side of the stage was going, this should not work. Right? Like every brain cell I have in my body was going, nope, this is magic. This is not really happening right now. And everybody who walked off the stage said, when are we doing this again? That's all I want to know. When do we do this again? Because it was impossible, and it worked. So if you have a dream out there and you do improv, try it. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
It was insane.
So wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Oh, thank you guys. Those are my two plugs. Sorry.
No.
You're wonderful. You're wonderful. I'm so glad. Absolutely. And when this does come out, I'll get in touch with you to find out what's happening in the moment.
You got it.
So that way you can be like, oh, and tomorrow I'm doing that way. Kind
that
of thing.
And I will get you Ryan and Gloria, because I'm sure they would love to do your show, and they can fact check everything I said. Because they've heard all these.
They can fax stuff.
No.
And I was like, we don't have a fax machine, but I appreciate
could
it.
get one. I want that to happen.
They are old, so they know how to fact. Don't know. You gotta cut that out.
Only Wendell will listen to this point. And Renee. Hi, Renee. All right.
Hi, Renee. Hi, Wendell. Sorry I missed you guys.
What's Wendell's girlfriend's name?
Michelle.
Yeah, hey, Michelle. Marry Wendell.
All right. Have a good night. Thanks for listening to Yes But Why podcast.